Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to today's special topic. We'll be checking out an Office 365 update that details some phishing prevention capabilities within Outlook. So this is going to be a particularly interesting topic for us to cover today, since we've recently uploaded two videos regarding phishing, that being the Adobe phishing vulnerability and our most recently uploaded video, the UPS phishing vulnerability. Now, I just want to make a note that if you guys do have someone that manages your Office 365, such as an MSP, you're going to want to go ahead and bring this up to them so that they can see if they can enable it for you. If you manage it yourself, you're going to want to enable it for yourself as well. Now, this update was first mentioned around July of this year. However, it has only started to now be rolled out to users this month. So we decided let's go ahead and cover it before you guys start to notice it and wondering what exactly is it. So Office said that for Outlook and Outlook on the web, that within their spoof intelligence from Office 365, advanced threat protection and Exchange Online protection will help prevent phishing messages from reaching your Outlook inbox. Outlook verifies that the sender is who they say they are and marks malicious messages as junk email. If the message is suspicious but isn't deemed malicious, the sender will be marked as unverified to notify the receiver that the sender may not be who they appear to be, which is specifically how phishing comes about. You know, they pretend to be someone that they are not, to hopefully have you click on a suspicious link, maybe a fake sign-in page to put in your Office 365 credentials, for example, or to open an attachment that contains some sort of malware. So what if it doesn't get sent to your junk or spam? How do you know if it is been identified as a suspicious email? So once this has been enabled by either whoever manages your Office 365 or yourself, you will notice that they're going to have certain indicators whenever it isn't seen as malicious but just suspicious. They will see a question mark where the sender's image would be. Above that, you'll also notice a message that says this message did not pass sender authentication. As they said, not every message that fails to authenticate is malicious. However, you should be careful about interacting with messages that don't authenticate if you don't recognize who the sender is. Now, quick side note, if there is a situation where a sender isn't actually suspicious and it should be recognized as authenticated, your Office 365 admin or your MSP can make that edit so that that user no longer comes up as suspicious, that sender. If you recognize a sender that normally doesn't have a question mark in their image, but you suddenly start seeing it, that could be a sign that the sender is being spoofed. Now, we've talked about this before when we discussed the Adobe phishing vulnerability, where they could send this phishing link that appears to come from adobe.com, when in reality they've just edited the from address and it's coming from some sort of other email address, and that being it is spoofed. In some instances, just like where it's being spoofed, the sender's address is different than the from address. So if it's saying, let's say it's coming from adobe.com when it really isn't coming from adobe.com, it's going to have this same indication where this message authenticates but sent by a different responsible sender. So that's an even more interesting addition to this phishing prevention update within Outlook or Office 365. So in before, where the message did not pass sender authentication, in some cases where the actual from address passes the authentication, however the sender doesn't look like the same as where the from address is appearing to come from, it's going to notify you nonetheless, which is perfect for spoofing instances. And I'm glad that this is now an update that could be available to all of our clients. Now, as they said before, not every message with a VIA tag is suspicious. However, if you don't recognize a message with a VIA tag, you should be cautious about interacting with it. Now, that's always going to be the case. Even if something doesn't come as suspicious or is marked as not being authenticated, you should still be cautious with any emails, guys. Anything that has a link in it, anything that's asking for personal information, anything that has attachments, you should be hesitant. You should take that 5 seconds to just really confirm that you're not seeing any of these messages once this has been enabled, that it does appear to come from the specific sender which you should be expecting an actual attachment for, or that you're going to a website that is legitimately owned by that domain, such as Office or Microsoft.com. But that pretty much wraps it up for this update. We haven't started to deploy this yet for our clients, so I'm hoping that when we do, I can actually give you guys a live demonstration of it working. This is just some information on the update itself, so please make sure to stay tuned for that. Guys, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if this is something that could help you if you have ever experienced being phished or receiving a lot of phishing emails. And as always, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for staying tuned.